So when looking at the current composition of CODA commission, I do not believe that there is enough dental hygiene representation on there. There's one hygienist out of 30 people on that board. A majority is dentists. I definitely think it's important to have the different branches in dentistry on that board. I love that there's an assistant, there's a lab tech. Each of the 9 dental specialties are represented, and I think that's important. But if we're going to talk about dental hygiene education and standards for education, you need more hygienists on that board and having an input, because end of the day, they are the ones who have gone through school. They're the ones out there in the working world and know what standards should and need to be met for future hygienists to go out into the world. They know best. I think a good example of this would be how the ADA proposed dental students that have passed competency should be able to go and work in hygiene positions to combat the hygiene shortage. I don't think a hygienist would really come up with that idea. I don't think that that's a way that they would propose to fix the issue. So I think it kind of shows that hygienists have the best grasp on what they know and what they need to know and what should be taught in schools and met in schools requirement-wise. I think California has had a really good step in the right direction by having the dental hygiene board that regulates the practice of hygienists there. While hygienists have a say in, national boards and state licensure and all of that, they have no control over it. And I think California has done a really good job in promoting hygiene and promoting hygienist autonomy. So I think that that's a good solution. I think also maybe creating a committee of just hygienists could be a good solution to go into CODA. I think that that's another way that we could kind of get some more representation for ourselves on this commission. Now, when looking at the board as a pass-fail, I think pass-fail kind of takes a little bit of stress off of some people. I think it's kind of viewed more as like, I just have to pass it, rather than trying to hit this like target score. We don't see our grade on it. You just see that pass or fail. So I think it takes some stress off students to a degree. I think that the old style of how the exam was done, when it would be scaled to be, I think that created fairness. If someone's getting a raw score of 70, but then the scaled score, because it was a harder exam, is a 75, I think that person should be allowed to get their license if someone else taking an easier exam got a 75. I think schools, when it comes to it, I think they might like pass-fail more. Looking at it from a marketing standpoint, schools can post out there 100% of our students pass the national board exam, just because it's based on that pass-fail. As a prospective student, I did look at pass-fail rates. That was a big factor for me. I like seeing that a school had a high passing rate, and it was a big factor in my decision. I think when you look at scoring, it's harder for places. I mean, they can still say they passed, but I just think knowing it's a pass-fail board kind of makes that a little bit easier. I do think with the old style though, they can kind of see what how their students are performing maybe better than other institutions on a grading wise, and that can be beneficial for schools. If they're able to see where maybe their students aren't doing so well versus another area, I think that can provide a school with a lot of insight to improve their programs. So I kind of see both sides, but I do think at the end of the day, education is a business. So they're gonna like saying, we're this great, we have this 100% pass rate, like you guys should want to be here and come here. So I think that they would probably prefer pass-fail. I think also professors might prefer think in a reducing stress way. I know my professors were really big on trying to make us comfortable and not stress us out. So I think that they saw that as a positive, saying you just have to pass it. So I do see both sides, but I think they would prefer pass-fail.